Assalamu alaikum. I'm Farah Khaleck and this is Self-Care Chats with Farah, where we inspire personal growth by sharing diverse experiences that will positively charge mindsets to transform and love and appreciate oneself. In today's episode, I am joined by Paul Otieno. Paul is an independent creative director and a storyteller. Hello, Paul, and thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
You know how we do, you know. Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're
as
feeling
best
okay?
as can be. Yeah.
Amazing, that's nice. Great, so before we start, I would like to quickly remind our viewers to subscribe to this channel and our listeners to follow the podcast wherever they're listening this from. All right, Paul, tell us a bit about your titles, your storytelling, being a creative.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm an independent creative director. Also a commercial and advertising photographer. I'd like to say one of the best in the region.
Yes.
I'm also a filmmaker and a creative writer. I'm also a father of 4 girls.
Oh,
yeah.
Bless.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't follow Paul on Twitter, his handle is Paushinsky, right?
At Paushinsky.
You have to follow the tales of the girls and how they drive you crazy.
Well, they don't drive me crazy. I think I drive them crazy.
I'm sure you do.
Because they want to have their way, and you know, I want them to have a totally different way. So yeah, I guess it's a fight for everyone.
I love it. And I'm sure the household must be all the time
I mean,
too noisy, right?
Yeah, it's
but that's a beautiful noise.
I mean, it is. It's a beautiful noise. I don't think you will not want it. Yeah. And they grow up so fast, so they become every day they get a bit more quieter. So my partner and I keep looking at us. I'm like, okay, this one now is this side. They can reach the switch. They're growing up too fast. Right. Or this one just wants to sit alone and do their own thing. So yeah, they grow up too fast. Yeah.
And then you have 4 girls, and in each one would have different personalities. Understanding them, how do you see them, their personalities coming out?
Oh, I mean the 4 diverse personalities.
Wow.
There's the really hyper one. There's the really quiet one, contemplative. There's the very curious one, and then there's the one who's confident in who they are. Yeah.
Man. What would you say? How were you as a child?
How was I? I mean, if you ask me, I was a really good child. If you ask my mom, that's a totally different story. Yeah, I mean,
you were good.
I think I won Child of the Year. I think 17 out of 18 times. Yeah, 17 years straight. No, I'm lying. I mean, I was book smart, so I was really good in school, especially primary school. I wasn't sporty until I got to high school. But yeah, you'd find me in things to do with arts and humanities mostly. Like, I don't tell anyone, but I failed chemistry. I failed with flying colors. It was that bad, yeah.
I feel you. I feel you.
But I mean, I was an okay student. Didn't get into trouble a lot. Right now, you think I got into trouble quite a bit. I think in high school I got into trouble only once. When I tell my high school stories, you think I was in trouble. I was in the deputy headmaster's office every day. No, but it only happened once, and it wasn't my doing actually. Yeah, I just want to say that I'm a really good person.
Okay,
yeah, that's the point here.
I trust you. Yeah. Which year would be your best school year?
My best school year.
So there's always that one year when you are so the time of your life.
No, I think Form 3 was Form 3 was a defining moment for me. It wasn't just a good year, but it was an extremely defining moment. A lot of things fell into place. I kind of knew where I really wanted to go. I figured out my giftings at that time. I also got extremely confident. I would argue back. When you're in Form 1, you're being bullied. When you're in Form 2, you've graduated from Form 1, so you think you're in Form 4. And then when you're in Form 3, everything just settled. So for Form 2 and Form 3 were really iconic for me, but Form 3 was an extremely defining moment. Yeah.
Wow. And which was your favorite subject?
Oh, definitely English.
English?
Well, not... I think I passed English, but I really loved history. And my dad was an editor at the Daily Nation. So I had access to books. So, I will read about the Iranian Revolution, Ayatollah Khomeini. I'd read about Egypt and the Suez Canal from Egyptian writers. I'd read about the Congolese, the rumba music. So because he had access to these books, I had access to that. Yeah, so those were really.
That's fascinating. You were exposed to literature quite young.
Yeah, I mean,
quite diverse literature.
Yeah, and even when we grew up in our house, everyone passed the languages. Everyone, literally everyone. I'm the only one who failed Swahili, but everyone else passed both English and Swahili. We come from a family of heavy readers. Yeah, I'm not one of them. Yeah, we family of heavy readers and extremely good writers. Yeah.
Nice. What would you say are one quality of each parent that you admire?
My parents. Wow, my mom is extremely gracious. Extreme. She's the perfect mom. You have 1,000,001 chances with her. He'll never ever write you off. So that was good. So she was extremely gracious, extremely caring. She'd go out of her way to just make sure things go well for you, even if they were uncomfortable for her. My dad was visionary. So earlier on, he would figure out this one is leaning a lot more towards rugby, so let me send them to rugby. But I mean, he was also very keen on education. He'd make us read the Time magazine or listen to BBC and explain to him what we just had. Yeah. And it was from early on, like we were able to read and write before we even went to what they call grade 1 right now, because it was very relentless. And he was present. Both my parents were extremely present. I can count in one hand when I didn't see them for a long time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you feel is really important to teach your child?
Oh, you mean one, or you mean 1,000,000? No, I think it's important. I live by a creed of 3, that good education is really important. So children must learn. And as much as possible, they must learn from the best, whether it's institution, whether it's a personal teacher. For whatever they do, they don't have to excel, but they have to stick it through. The second thing, I think religion is really extremely important for children, because the morals, thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Yeah, thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not lie. Those are universal laws across every religion. So I think religion is extremely important. The other one is 2 in 1. So I think sports and the art are extremely important. So I think we must get our kids into individual sports. So whether they're playing tennis or whether they're skating or whether they're running or whether they're swimming, but we must also get them into team sports. Yeah. And with that, we must get them into either an individual art program. Even program is such a big one. Like they should be able to do one artistic thing, and then they should be able to do group artistic things. That way, they know, I can excel on my own, but I also need, teamwork to be able to grow with others. So I think those 3 are really, really key for me. So I don't care if they're going to the mosque or to the temple or they're going to church. I just feel strongly that religion plays an extremely important part, especially in moral guidance. Yeah.
I love that. I love how you mentioned the importance of learning in a group and learning on your own.
Yeah.
Because, there will be a time when they'll be out there on their own. They'll not have their siblings around, they'll not have you around.
Yeah.
So they'll be navigating the world on their own.
Yeah.
And that's super important.
But there's also a prophetic reggae artist who sang a song and said, "No man is an island." Yeah, so it's true. No one is an island.
True.
Yeah, no one can stand alone. So we live.
But we also in today's world there's this. You need to have your own thought, thought process. Like you can be clouded easily with all the social media. You know what you're saying. So staying true to your beliefs and your own. Opinions. It's kind of
but I guess that's
important.
why that's the role of bringing up of parents bringing up kids so that they're able to make those decisions by themselves. Because you rightfully said we won't be here all through. Yeah, if we can equip them early on to make the right decisions for themselves, then
I say this because for me, since childhood. We were a close-knit family, siblings, brothers, mom, dad. So for me, growing up, every decision was, Mom, should I do this? If she says yes, yes, do it. If she says no, no, no.
Yeah.
So you see, there was a lot of leaning onto one person. Yeah, there was a lot of consultation.
Yeah.
So being independent now is when I'm discovering how to think, on my own, how to say, no, I want to do it like this. Not, okay, Mom, should I wear this today? Okay, that's a small decision, but still, today now I can confidently say, I want to wear this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like wearing it.
Yeah.
I strongly believe, and this is coming from me now, discovering myself.
Yeah.
And I find it so fascinating. I made this decision, on my own.
Yeah.
So I feel
I think it's fun. It's fun when you make decisions and they work, and then you make decisions and they don't work. And then you're like, oh, okay. Yeah.
And then that's also another learning process.
Yeah.
That's also another thing you learn about yourself. And like, okay, now you know better.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is your greatest success to date?
Oh, my greatest success. Of course, my children are my greatest success, and my partner. Unless you're asking work-wise.
Career-wise.
Career-wise, I've shot for, and I was speaking photography. I've shot for some of the biggest brands that I never thought were within my grasp. So I've shot for Coca-Cola, I've shot for Tusker, ABL, I've shot for Guinness, I've shot for Pilsner, I've shot for White Cup, I've shot for Sankara Hotel, I've shot for the Social House, I've shot for I've shot quite a bit in terms of my campaign. Different brand campaigns. So I'd say the highlight would be So EABL just recently launched a new beer, Rock Show, and I created 25 key visuals for that over the last week. Before that, I'd done quite a bit of work for Tusker about 2 years ago, in the thick of the pandemic. So those are really important to me because they're iconic brands. Tusker is an iconic. I mean, Tusker is a Kenyan brand.
Kenya.
Yeah, so to be able to shoot it, not a lot of people have the opportunity to shoot those brands. So I take that as a great success. I think the work I did for White Cup as well, and now Rock Show, those are really key for me. I did some brilliant work for Tropical Heat, for their crisps. I also did some work for the Tropical Heat, which was I mean, that was really good. Also this year I did some work for Guinness, both Guinness Smooth, because I lean mostly on product photography and drinks and food. The other thing that because I'm also a writer, the highlight for me is writing Too Early for Birds, which will be on stage from the 4th to 6th of November. So that's a really, really big highlight. I've also done quite a bit of writing for brands as well, both working with bloggers and being commissioned individually. So we are talking about Safaricom, we are talking about EABL also, we are talking about some TV and film projects. I was in a writing room for a film that should be shot soon, hopefully by one of Kenya's best audio producers, Mosioka. So that was really, really cool. And the head of that writing room, Volino Gutu, just got funded by Netflix to write an entire series.
Can you have 3 cheers?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not where I want to be. My eyes are still set on going a lot more global. So I've done some work for brand in South Africa. I've done some work for Uganda and Tanzania, and Ghana and Nigeria. Some of the work include food and product photography that are in billboards in West Africa that we might not ideally see. Yeah. So those are really key for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What is any one of your short-term goals?
How short-term is short-term?
Short-term is 2 years.
Oh, in the next 2 years. In the next 2 years, I hope to... the big plan for me is to shoot, to be the chief product photographer for Diageo across all brands all over the world. So that's what I'm aiming for. I'm also hoping to do some food photography for Emirates, the airline. So that's where my focus in. I'm trying to get my portfolio into their eyes. I'm hoping to do a bit more work also, a lot more South African work, and hopefully if I can get into the Arab North, that will be also interesting. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what do you think is, how far have you reached towards, maybe let's say, have you started, what percentage are you at that?
I can't measure it, but I'd say I'm at a good place. Yeah, because I'm also trying to travel a lot just to get my portfolio out. And some of these meetings you have to do physically. So I'm constantly in Kampala, and I'm hoping to be a lot more constant in Kigali and Bujumbura. Hopefully even all the way to DRC now that we've brought them into the east, yet they're in Central. I'm also trying to network with global agencies or agencies that have a global network. Yeah, and then just honestly doing a pretty good job at it. We are pursuing Black excellence,
Yes.
as it were. Yeah, so whatever project we are on, we absolutely want to kick ass. Yeah.
Define success.
It keeps changing. It keeps changing. So for the end goal for me is I want to do full budget feature films out of Africa. But if not out of Africa, if I need to go out of Africa to do it, then that's also on the table. Also trying to get a couple of books with my different story series, both I Know a Guy and some children literature that my mind is trying to wrap around. So those will be success. The greatest success is retiring back in Siaya to a farm with hundreds of cows, in a nice home, nice compound, surrounded by trees, waking up to hear birds sing. That will be the ideal success. Yeah.
What is your biggest regret?
What do you mean regret?
Anything you regretted doing?
I'm still struggling with imposter syndrome. So it's taken me a long time to even just say that, I'm really good at what I do. Because, I don't know how it's going to be received. Will I look haughty and proud? And I have a solid community that keeps telling me, you have to claim that you're good. Your work is good. If we're telling you it is true, we're not guessing you. You have to gas yourself up.
Listen to you.
Yeah. So one of my biggest regrets is that I took too long to accept, and I lived in the dark for a very long time. And with that, even with the successes I came, I kept wondering, was it me? Was I lucky? Was this a lucky day? Or, but there's been consistency in what I do. So slowly I'm believing that I am what people say I am. Yeah, the good meat.
Same.
Yeah.
Paul, oh gosh, you mentioned it, and it's also something that I've been struggling with this year. I just think that I know, not me. I know. I want to write, and then I'm like, how will this sound like? And I'm like, I hear myself, and I even started journaling, and now when I look back at those entries, they were so hard, they were so harsh,
Yeah, I think one of the things that really helped me was during COVID, because now the president had locked down the country, so you're not going anywhere. You were only going to the shop, like literally. So it was quite some time of introspection, but also time to actively do the work. And I keep saying that for us creatives, for us creators, you can't say you're a creative if you're not doing creative things. You cannot say you're a creator if you're not creating anything. If you can't say you're a cameraman or a photographer just because you own a camera. You're a camera owner. When you start shooting and you start creating, then you can claim the title creative. And art is what the person who made it says it is. To you it might be abstract, to you it might be just a lump of clay modeled into somebody's head. But if they say it's art, it is art.
It is.
But most importantly, for those of us who are doing the creative work, we have to do it when we feel like and when we don't feel like. And sooner or later, how we feel will not matter. My friend Chris Adwar keeps saying that every practicing artist grows. The day you stop practicing, the day you stop growing. Yeah, but every practicing artist grows. You have to pay your dues, in short. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. I needed to hear that.
Yeah, so you wake up and do the work. One of my favorite quotes is from Chuck Close, who's one of the best creatives in the world, and he says, "Inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us just get up and go to work."
Oh,
yes.
wow.
So be your own inspiration.
Yes.
Just wake up and do it. Sooner or later, how you feel will not matter. Yeah. If you also read or listen to interviews by people who are doing the work that we want to do, they'll tell you, like, if you see what if you read the on writing memoirs by this American writer, what's his name? This guy who writes horrors. When I remember, I'll tell you. And he says he advocates for having a specific place that's set the same consistently, and you go there at a specific time, and you bleed on the page, literally. Yeah, you have to show up to the paper. You have to show up to Biko Zulu also says the same. It's like you have to do it. You have to show up and do it, and it has to be consistent, and you have to hit your targets. You can fall short today. You unajikaza. You gain. You can go further. Like, you have to show up consistently on the page. That's how you grow. That's how you get better. Yeah.
As a creative, there must be phases, as you had mentioned, imposter syndrome. There's burnout also.
Yeah, there is.
How do you navigate that space?
I don't think so as creatives we struggle with a lot of things. So we struggle with the famous creative block, or writer's block,
Right.
or podcaster's block. You have episodes you have to deliver, but you don't know you're going to do it. You don't even want to do it. So that's one. Then you have the burnout out of pushing yourself, driving yourself too hard. So you risk burnout and you risk fatigue. But also sometimes the work we do is not as good as we think it is. What do? I still have to do it. It's easier now. From 2019, mid 2019, I will shoot every day, consistently for 100 days, in the dead of the night. So everyone will go to sleep, and I'll be in front of my camera with my 4 lights, and I'd have a product in front, and I'd try and just figure out, why is this lighting so bad? Why is it not? And eventually, the mind you start seeing where things are going wrong. Yeah, and I'm not saying that it's any easier now. It just means I'm able to solve those problems a lot faster than I was able to 3 years ago. One of the things that we don't do as creatives, and I'm not patronizing. I'm just saying, I'm speaking from the community of creatives that I know is we don't take care of ourselves. And especially physically and mentally. So one of the things that I do, or that I was doing, just to, because I had burnout, I had serious burnout. And probably I'd say I was edging on depression, and the thing that got me out was I was running. So I will just put on my running shoes and run across the bypass. Yeah, so I'd run from the Langata Road intersection all the way to the Ngong Road intersection, or I would run all the way to Ronga, and it started becoming fun, and my mind started getting clearer. I don't think we do enough, or rather let me say, I think we should do enough physical exercise because our bodies take the beating. The work we do is both mental and physical. We are lifting cameras, we're moving. So the better shape you're in physically, the easier it is for you to do this creative work that's on our side. You know, you don't wake up tired. You're not slow. You're not groggy. You know, you even feel good. The thing is, we have to consume art as well, and one way of doing it is reading. Yeah, so one of the things I really love is reading. In fact, it was my birthday last week, guys. I'm taking books as gifts. Tafadhali. DM the number on your screen. Yeah. So if I can read, I'd love to. The other thing I learned from Professor Kiama, who then was Pastor Kiama, was that especially for creatives, you have to get a hobby, because what was our hobby is now a job.
A job.
Yeah. So every 2 years you have to get a new hobby. Yeah. So for me, one of the hobbies I took up was playing the saxophone. I'm terrible. When I play the sax, it sucks. But it was a hobby, and you know, I was going to class for it, and somebody was teaching me. And some of these things you have to be taught, even how to process your creativity and your work. Recently, I just got into illustrating for comic. I mean, I have no intention of doing a comic book that's done by me, drawn. But you know, it's also good you're able to see, okay, so this is what it takes for this art to be done. So we have to explore, we have to consume people's work. But then the other thing is, you really have to share your work. Because when you share your work, you're able to track your growth, but people also able to track the growth with you. And sometimes you get validation. Yeah, you get validation, and you know, you're gratified that I completed it. It was terrible, but it is out there, and I'm still alive. Yeah. So I think those are really important.
I am still alive.
Yeah.
You will have to post it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you shared exploring a different kind of an activity or a hobby. Something I had also been, just to take my mind off, you know, posting and all this. I've also been trying to learn how to code. So I've been looking at websites, and I totally messed my website. And now I'm trying to figure out a way to...
You went to the back end of your website to try and figure out what code is this.
Yeah, and then I messed it out, and now I'm figuring it out. So yeah, it's fun.
It is.
Yeah. It's nice. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. This is a whole world. And then, you know, in that moment, you totally forget about, you know, your burnout, or I can't think of a title right now. Yeah. You know, you totally forget. I love that you mentioned to take care of your body, exercise,
get out a lot more.
Get out a lot more, which I'm also trying to do a lot. And during COVID, I was completely indoors, you know. And then after that, slowly getting out, still not even getting out as much as I should. You know, so I'm really pushing myself to do that a lot, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I mean, but also with regards to taking care of your body, like, you know, you know, the average age of a really good DOP is really high. They're at their 40s. Yeah. We don't have, but mostly because of experience. We don't have very good DOPs or photographers. On a global average, that is. I mean, we have outliers, and we are seeing quite a bit of outliers, even in our Kenyan context. But the general trajectory is that a really good photographer is past their 40s. So I mean, so if you're young and you have the energy, or you know, you really have to you really have to do the work. But also, if you're getting into the game late, whether you're getting into filmmaking or writing, you do not have as much time as a 24-year-old. So then you have to do the hard things of, making sure that you're okay. So if it means you have to go easy on indulgence, whether it's smoking, whether it's alcohol, whether it's food, if you have to get into proper shape, because you have limited time as compared to somebody who's just coming up, and God is one who numbers our days. But if by grace He decides that we are going, I'm gonna give you 20 more years, you won't be shooting with your back act, yeah. So you really have to get strong. One of the things that I did was I used to go to the gym consistently, but I was just going to the gym for aerobics and light weights and things like that. And when it dawned on me that because I can guarantee you in the next 20 years I'm not gonna be a photographer. I'll probably be gaining from royalty. But in the next 20 years, if I'm still around, I'm still going to be a writer. So one of the things that I did that now I had to get a trainer to absolutely help me with my body recomposition and help me be a lot more stronger. And I'm doing that consistently. And I see myself doing that for the next couple of years, so that I get to that point where I'm able to do it alone without them, because I know the next 20 years are gonna be absolutely madness for me, if God allows me to live the next 20 years.
Paul, you have a couple of assignments coming up.
Yeah.
How do you plan yourself? How do you manage your time?
Oh, so I'm clinical on my assignments. So if I have and I'm assuming we're talking about shoots and writing. Yeah. So my non-work days are split into two. Half days are focused on photography and film projects that I'm not working on. So it's either planning, either writing proposals, either trying to figure out storylines, something. It's half of the day is writing, the other half is photography. So for the photography bit, then I'm sending proposals, I'm following up with people who had asked for my proposals and quotations and things like that. I'm also trying to network. I'm also trying to get into spaces that I am not, into spaces that I feel I need to be. So my normal days are split like that. Before COVID, I used to do 16-hour days, and they were crazy. They were absolutely crazy, but there were good days. I can definitely say that there was quite a bit of benefit. On my work days, on my shoot days, I'm extremely clinical, so I don't take 2 shoots in one day. Yeah. Also, I'm high end, so I'm able to say, I'm only going to do this only one shoot a day. So if I'm going on a shoot, then I have to make sure by the time I'm going to sleep, all my batteries are charged, or I have a call sheet, the crew is ready, transport is ready. There's always food when you arrive on set. There's food consistently on set. There's good music and good vibes, because we really try and make sure that our set is as exciting and as fun as possible, because then that removes the stress that is actually in the set. Yeah, so with regards to planning those, that's the way. So I know who's supplying food, I know who's supplying transport, I know where we're getting water from, I know what studio we are shooting at, I know what equipment we need to do, because I've done pre-production both with either the agency or the client. Yeah, So my shoot days are predictable, but they're extremely clinical. But also one of the things that I really try to do is I try to make sure that I close my set 4:30, latest 5, so that everybody can just relax. If anybody needs to take a walk, if anybody wants to hang out a bit for coffee or whatever, then they're able to let it down. Yeah, because commercial sets are crazy. Yeah, they're absolutely some things can go wrong, and they really go wrong, and they can mess up an entire shoot. Yeah, so
how would you say Paul handles a high energy day or a task or an event?
What do you mean high energy?
High energy means like you have to be on your desk from the moment you wake up, like continuously. Maybe you had an assignment or a shoot, for example, a production, a huge one, and now there are 3 days coming up. It's high energy that I have to be on my desk 8 a.m.
I get what you're asking, but the thing is, for photographers, or rather for creatives, you don't do when you're working on set, there's no creativity there. The creativity was done before you got to shoot.
Okay.
So you created your mood boards, you got your models, you got your makeup artists. So they're not trying anything. Nobody's trying to impress anyone. We are all on the same page, knowing that this is what we are going for. Even the client knows. So if we go off script, it's just a very tiny bit, yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, but then by the time we're getting on set, we know we are looking for 5 hero images of the Tusker bottle. We already know how the hero images look in our head. So everything else is just we're building up. We're building up towards it. So shoot days are not right now. They're not as stressful as they used to when I started. But also I have amazing clients. It's such an amazing thing working with Ogilvy Africa and working with BBDO. Like they bring the fun on set. So those are really, really good clients. I have absolutely amazing clients. We shot Schweppes over 2 days for Schweppes Nigeria, over 2 days, and it was fun all through, because we had already done the hard work of creativity. What are we looking for? How will we get it? Are we sure? We recently shot Kenchik, the parks and the meets for Kenchik, and even before we went on set, we even did a recce just to see, will our lighting work? Is this the gear we need? So when we went on set, it was boom, 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 boom. Brilliant shot. But that's what you do. That's what you're able to do at this level of production. You're able to plan in good time. We're able to tell some clients, we know what you're asking for, but we need this much time to be able to execute. If we don't do it this way, we risk not getting what you're looking for. And that's wasted resource on the client's bit. Yeah.
That's amazing. So plan well.
You have to plan
everything really well, way ahead.
Yeah, in fact, I'll tell you for a fact, the people who are making it are people who are good at planning. People who are winging it, I don't know I've not had any success stories from people who are on a constant winging it mode. But people who are on a constant planning mode, they deliver over and above. Yeah. I totally agree. I feel like when you're planning, you're also setting that intention that this is how it's going to go, and this is how it should go. Everything tat, boom, 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 and then on the day everything is laid out in front of you. The intention is right in front of you. Yeah. So now your focus is. Something is just a bit easier for you now, just to follow through. Yeah, I love it. There's no creativity on set. Yeah, you do that before.
And I think in life also we should be a lot more into planning. I feel like with ourselves for our lives, we don't really plan. Like you can say, I have a goal. Yes, I have a goal, but what's your plan for it?
Yeah.
You know, set it out right in front of you. Look at it every day. That's how you'll achieve it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Thanks so much for sharing that. Given the chance to do something again, all over again, but differently, what would you do?
In my line of work?
Yeah, line of work, life, anything.
Oh no, I'd plan a lot more.
Still more?
Yeah, I'd plan a lot more, but I'd also be open to learning and go after that learning. I think most of us, we've learned from, we are from YouTube. We are mostly self-taught. So we've either done YouTube or we've found a thing and we were like, okay, how do we do it? A lot of people say, hey, you're so talented. I lack talent. Yeah. What I've been able to do is I've been able to work on a skill. Yeah. So talent sounds good. Oh, you're gifted. You're so talented. But it took me 10 hours, the whole night, just to figure out what was the problem with this lighting. Yeah. Yeah. So I'd be willing to learn a lot more and to be taught. In fact, my mantra right now is some things you have to be taught, and I'm willing to be taught some of those things. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Would you say discovering yourself has taught you a lot about yourself?
Teaching myself.
Discovering yourself through your journey, career-wise, as you.
Yeah. I mean, I was hyper. I was high energy. I'm a lot calmer now than I was a decade ago. I am a lot calmer. I was a ball of energy. I had thousands of ideas that I was pursuing. I was a starter and not a finisher. I had so much energy and I was all over. But, teaching yourself, so for example, I don't shoot weddings. You can't pay me enough to shoot your wedding. But that's out of self-discovery. That weddings are highly stressful situations that I would rather not do. And I can shoot your weddings, but I won't charge it, and I won't tell people that I shoot weddings. Yeah, it's not something that I'd like to be seen in my portfolio. I easily stay at home now. A while back, even before I got married, I was, what's the next place we are going?
Never at home?
Yeah. Oh, we are going to Kampala. I am inside. Oh, we are going to Mombasa.
And then?
I'm inside. So, but even with that self-discovery, I'm like, okay, I really do not like travel. I just enjoy destinations. So I'll take the easiest route to get to Mombasa, which is I'll go to Wilson, jump onto a flight. In an hour, I'll be in Mombasa. You will not, if I can control it, if I can help it, I will not be on the road for 8 hours going to a destination. Yeah, so, but those are things I've learned through self-discovery. Yeah, I know when I'm most productive. I know when my energy dips, and I know when it picks up again. So I'm able to, even plan around it. And when my energy is just about to dip, even when I'm on set, I even make my schedule so that the rest time is when my energy dips. So when everyone is wondering, okay, why aren't we shooting? It's because my energy has dipped. So that's our rest time. So everyone enjoys the rest with me. We eat, we laugh, we dance. 2.5 hours later, the energy is back up. Yeah, because also the other thing I'm really trying to avoid is is artificial energy, you know, energy drink or sugars or things like that. I'm trying to absolutely not have those around. Yeah.
What's an activity you enjoy doing the most?
Currently, right now, I'm enjoying music, literally listening to music. Yeah. I'm listening to a lot of music. In fact, I keep telling myself I need to cut down. I need to cut down on the music. I'm enjoying the gym, and I'm enjoying travel actually, or the destinations that I find myself in. Yeah, those are really really important for me.
When was the last time you had a good belly laugh?
Oh, I mean, I have 4 girls. We are constantly laughing. Yeah, we are constantly laughing. Yeah.
Nice. A bucket list item that you want to speak out to the universe.
Sorry, what?
A bucket list.
Bucket list. I'm manifesting Kigali currently. I'm hoping I can get to Kigali. I mean, it's not a bucket list. It's one of the things that I want to do for myself, both as a solo travel project. Oh, that's the other thing. I want to go to Kigali, both to try and get connect to the marketing world there for both my photography and writing. But I also just want to go and explore Kigali. I went to Jambojet took us to Goma in DRC, which was one of the best trips I've taken in the recent years. It was a tight schedule, but it was a really absolutely amazing thing that we did with Jambojet. I want to in the next 2 years, bucket list, I want to drive down to South Africa. Yeah.
Drive?
Yeah, for somebody who just said like, yeah, but because it's a band of people, so I think, maybe it won't be, but then it's not work, so maybe it'll take time. I'm hoping to go camping with my girl. And even saying camping, my best camping site is a hotel room. Yeah. 4 walls. A lion can't do this to 4 walls. And
imagine you're just sitting there and a lion is roaring next to you.
Yeah. Yeah, but also I'm hoping to do a trip to Zanzibar via Arusha.
Yes.
So just take that road and just go. Yeah.
Nice. I love all the travel that has been mentioned.
Yeah. And I'm hoping to go next year. I'm hoping to go to all the 47 counties. Luckily I also do some work for the government. Yeah, so
an item that's always in your travel bag.
An item that's always in my travel bag. Must I be using it?
It's there. You must be using it.
Okay, so
it's always there. The travel bag. That thing is there.
I have a small bathroom bag that's I never go anywhere without it. I always have a pen and a notebook, even if I don't use it. And I used to carry my laptop everywhere, but I've opted for an iPad. So now I constantly have an iPad in my travel bag. But that's just for travel. On normal days, I don't even know where the iPad is. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I think the smaller the better.
Yeah.
Screen, right? Yeah. Amazing.
And I have to have antihistamines because I react to the cold terribly. I sneeze everywhere. Yeah. And my medical cards.
And you?
Medical cards, my medical insurance cards. Yeah, those I never leave. I would rather leave my ID. Yeah.
Paul, when you look into the mirror, do you love what you see?
Do I love what I see? Assuming me, I'm the other guy on the other side of it. Yeah. I do. Right now, I do. And even this journey of self-discovery is also just a journey of self-love. And, you know, just constantly telling myself, you know, you're okay. You are a good person. Because I really, like, for me, one of the things that I say everyone must have is kindness over righteousness, and where possible, kindness with righteousness. So I hope I'm as kind as I want to be to people. And yeah, but I like what I see. There's a couple of changes I'm still hoping to make along the way. You know, give me the 2 years, the short-term 2 years. Yeah, I feel I would have made those really serious changes. Something
I want to mention to you that yes, you are kind. And you always make me feel that I am not one to, you know, go close to someone really fast. So you always see me really always coming forward to hug you. Because I don't know, I just feel easy with you. I feel comfortable with you. I feel safe.
Thank you.
So yeah, you're an amazing person, Paul. You really are. You exude all that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. After they finish recording, I'll just go and cry and then come back.
No, you won't. No, you
yes, I will. Oh, I cry. I easily cry.
Wow.
And I feel no shame.
3 qualities about yourself that you love.
What? 3
qualities? 3 qualities, yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm very easy on myself. Is that a quality?
Yeah, it is.
Yes,
everyone is really tough on themselves.
I'm extremely gracious on myself. Again, that journey of self-discovery. And I tell myself every morning, you know, you've made mistakes and you will make mistakes. I just pray that they're not grave mistakes. Yeah, so I'm very easy and gracious with myself. I am extremely curious. Absolutely curious. I easily go down rabbit holes because of curiosity. Third quality, gosh, I didn't know this question was going to come. I would have read. And okay, so the other thing is that am I friendly? I think I'm friendly. Is that a quality? I'm always driven to help other people. So maybe I'm friendly.
Yes.
But I am extremely 100% more solution oriented than problem oriented. Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
And you know, I hope it's I hope it's evident even in the things that I do that are not seen. But I feel like I'm solution oriented. Every once in a while I'm faced with facts, and I have to consider those facts and help steer direction, and the repercussions of that direction are gonna be felt by so many people, people I will never ever meet. So I'm learning to be a lot more solution oriented. What's the problem? How do we fix it? That's me consistently.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. The next question is a serious one, and I want you to start. Unwrap your cupcake as I read it out to you.
Oh, I don't eat on set. As a rule, even when I'm shooting, I don't eat on set. We eat after the set, but we'll make an exception.
All right. So one, because this one will make you think, so you can enjoy. 1 kg of feathers and 1 kg of driks.
Of?
Driks. Which one is heavier?
They're both 1 kg. Right?
Yeah.
But one should be heavier.
Yeah, which one is heavier?
No, they're both 1 kg. They weigh the same.
Cool that you you're smart. I
I
wanted to trick you.
no.
It's a trick question. Yes, you're right.
Oh yeah. It's because you said 1 kg, 1 kg. I was like,
You know, most people think about the feathers and the drift, and they're like, oh no, the drift.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I thought I would trick you.
No, sorry.
Alright. Okay, so Paul, you now come with a warning label. Right? So everyone sees this warning label on Paul. What does your warning label read?
It probably reads, lives on a constant supply of hugs.
I love that.
I live on a constant supply of hugs. So the first thing the girls will do when we wake up is so we scrum, yeah. That will be a warning. If you don't hug, we are gonna have a problem. Yeah.
Oh, baby, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. What is your life philosophy?
Oh, like what would be an example of a life philosophy?
Something that you live by. What?
It's exactly what I said earlier. That kindness over righteousness, and where possible, kindness with righteousness. So it means nothing if we are pious and we are singing and we are praying, we are doing national prayer days, and we are not kind. Like it means nothing. Also, one of the scriptures that I live by from the Bible is that he who promised is faithful, and he will do it. And I trust, I believe in deity and God being the deity, and I subscribe to the Christian faith, and I believe that he who promised is faithful, and he will do it. So
I love it.
I'm fully anchored there.
I love it. Alright, let's play a short game. Never have I ever. Right? And so, how do you say I have on yours, right? You don't want to take a bite. If you have.
If I have.
You take a bite.
If I don't.
You don't.
Okay.
So.
Alright, I put it back. No.
Never have I ever ghosted someone.
Sasa kugostiwa ni kitu ya kukasirisha mtu.
No.
Ukigostiwa ghostika.
I love. Okay, so.
I've ghosted someone and I'm so sorry. I know the problem is I'm sorry I ghosted.
Never have I ever gotten a speeding ticket.
Oh, I've never gotten a speeding ticket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Never have I ever gone to a party I wasn't invited to.
Wait, that question is tricky. How did I know about the party? I just showed up at the party.
Yeah.
And I don't know anyone there.
Maybe your friend was invited and you just typed along or something. Alright. Never have I ever refused to re-edit an image for a client.
No, I've never refused. I don't remember. I probably did. I'm gonna have a half a bite. Re-edit. Yeah, but my work is a constant re-edit.
Oh.
Yeah, like I'll get 3 or 4 or 5 changes and I have to do them. Yeah, but I'll just take half a bite.
Because there was time
for that one wedding where I was like, kwenda huko. Yeah.
Never have I ever used a fake ID.
Never.
A fake social profile?
Never.
Nice, I love. Never have I ever cut my own hair.
I've never cut my own hair.
Oh, nice. Thank God. Never have I ever lied while playing this game.
While playing this game? I've never lied while playing this game. Because I rarely play this game and I play it in safe conditions.
Yay.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Awesome. Alright, we are closing with this final question. I'll ask you about your favorite animals and then I'll tell you the interpretation of what they mean. So, your favorite animal?
Currently, it's. This is so cliche. But currently, it's the elephant. I've never seen an elephant with my own eyes outside the Sheldrick shelter.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked Serena if they can take me to Serena Busy and Operations. So they just took me to Serena. I can't count the number of elephants. I knew elephants were going to be extinct in this country. The ones I saw, there were so many, it didn't make sense that I felt that they might end before I see them. I think that was the fear for me. Yeah, so I absolutely love yeah, and currently they mean a lot to me.
Okay. Alright, so elephants are not available. Another animal that you love?
Oh, wow, they're doing well. Can I pick a panda?
Panda.
Or a polar bear?
Any one that you love?
Can I pick omena? A fish? Yeah, let's go with fish.
Fish.
Yeah.
Alright, okay, so but now the thing is fish is not available also. Another favorite.
Can I have multiple choices? Okay, no, let me pick another one. One last one. If it's not there, I'm not in there. I love they freak the hell out of me, but I love the lioness. Yeah, but wow. Yeah.
Wow. I love this. Alright, so you said elephants, fish, and lioness, right?
Yeah. Fish is because, I'm from Nyanza, and we love seafood. It's a lake, but we consider it
We love
seafood.
the fish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first animal is how you see yourself.
Like an elephant?
Yes, like an elephant.
Nah.
Yes, you're huge, you're gracious, you're there when everyone knows you're in the room.
Oh, really?
Right? The second animal, a fish, is how people see you.
Oh, people see me as food.
No, as a fish.
As a fish?
As fish, yeah.
Yeah.
That's how people see you. Maybe you're, easy, smooth, going.
Oh, okay.
And then the last one, which is now the lioness, that's how you are, actually. That's how you really are.
How?
You're a lioness. You're strong, you're fierce, you're everything that a lioness
I'm
is.
just a boy.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
That's how you really are.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm up to now go and ask myself, am I really a lioness?
Yes, you are.
Hopefully I am.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
You're amazing. You're an amazing human. But
Thank you. Thank you so much.
thank you so much for hanging out with me today.
Is that traumatic?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
It is a little. I won this T-shirt on Twitter.
Oh, really?
That I think 3 years ago, and it's like I always tell my mom I want the Mutua shirt, so she knows it is Mutua shirt.
Yeah.
I want Mutua shirt, and this one is kept aside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is worn on a very special occasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Very
love this
nice.
shirt.
Very nice. I like that photo. Where have I seen that photo? Yeah. So it just landed. No.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Right. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed.
I enjoyed it. It's been a long time coming, but here we are.
Here we are.
I feel one of the regrets is I should have done it before, not now. Yeah, because it's been fun. It's been enjoyable. Yeah.
I think it's God standing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, thank you so much.
Nice.
Thank
Awesome.
you to your crew as well. Hata ingawa wanipatia hata maji, hata soda. You're just here not eating anything and they're just there laughing at us. God is seeing you.
Wow. Thank you for tuning in and watching. This episode of the Set Your Chats with Farah was not sponsored, but it could be. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support us, please do share this episode on social media, leave a rating or a review, and you can also support us by tipping me on my Ko-fi page. As always, all the relevant links will be in the description box. For our viewers and for the listeners, do check the show notes for all the notes. And yeah, this has been Farah Khaleck, and remember, always love you.